of the best centers in the National Hockey League are going to go head-to-head for much of this series. Pavel Datsyuk for the Detroit Red Wings and Patrice Bergeron, as you just cataloged, for the Boston Bruins, scored one of the game's most complete players. His second 30-goal season this year. Bergeron comes in on a 13-game winning streak. He's the best in the league in the face-off circle. There is just nothing that he isn't able to do for the Bruins. And now Pavel Datsyuk returning to the lineup over the last couple of weeks for Detroit. He's played 4 games and gotten a little bit better as each game's gone along. This week off between the end of the regular season and the start of the playoffs gave him a little bit more time on his skates. The Wings hope that he's able to play at his top level.
And Bergeron facing off against Datsyuk as the puck goes to Dougie Hamilton. Matt Bartkowski and Kevin Miller, the Bruins, down with the flu. The Boston's had to make some lineup adjustments as Corey Potter draws into the lineup, picked up on waivers from Edmonton at the deadline. Dougie Hamilton is shot, and the save is made by Jimmy Howard in the opening seconds of the opening period.
It's a good stop for Jimmy Howard to get into the game here. The point shot by Dougie Hamilton, he's able to catch it. Jimmy Howard's going to be vitally important in this series, as the Red Wings are going to have to at least match what Tuukka Rask is going to do in the goaltending department. Howard's able to find that shot through a little bit of traffic, and he, like the Red Wings, fought through some injuries this year, got better as the season went on, and has had a big part to do as the Wings won 10 of their last 16 games to get in.
Now Brad Marchand with a steal, takes it away from DeKeyser. Back to the point, it goes to Dougie Hamilton. Across to Chara, his shot goes off the leg of Abdelkader and into the Detroit bench. And Ray, a tip of the cap to the coaches tonight. The Smith brothers, Riley and Brendan, are facing each other. They both started the game for their respective teams.
Brendan Smith's had a little bit of an up-and-down season for the Red Wings, but now become an important part of that defense core. Riley Smith had a great start coming over in the trade from Dallas. What a thrill for their family to see 2 of their boys on the ice in a Stanley Cup playoff game.
And there is Brendan. The last time a Boston Bruin faced his brother in the playoffs was Phil Esposito against Tony in 1975, Chicago-Boston. And here is Justin Florek, number 57, digging for it. Chris Kelly out of the Boston lineup for an indeterminate amount of time. And so Florek, who played just 4 games in the regular season, draws into the Boston lineup a 23-year-old from the Upper Peninsula in Michigan, Marquette, Michigan, in the northern part of the state. Grew up a big Red Wings fan.
19 goals in the American League for him. Claude Julien, as you mentioned, Gord's had to juggle his lineup around, and with 4 regulars out of the lineup, this might be Detroit's best chance to get a leg up on the road game that they're going to need to win if they expect to win the series.
And that long shot from Andre Mazzaros drifts wide as David Legwand knocks it out for the Red Wings. So suddenly the Red Wings, who have been called too old for so many years, the worry is they're too young, as Soderberg sends it across to Johnny Boychuk.
How did that happen in a hurry?
And the pass ahead to Soderberg. Soderberg made his playoff debut in the Stanley Cup final last year when Bergeron got hurt. He played 2 games against the Blackhawks, and Thomas Tatar brings it in. Tatar with a long shot. Saved by Rask. Rebound fired wide by Tatar. And Thomas Tatar, making his playoff debut tonight, was terrific in the postseason last year for Grand Rapids of the American League. He was the playoff MVP. In comes Krejci with a shot. Higher save, loose puck in front. And racing to it was Lucic. Milan Lucic sends it back in front. Again, the shot was blocked by DeKeyser. Pinballs down in front. And Nyquist now being harassed by Lucic. And Lucic dives to knock it in front. Bouncing puck still there for Iginla. Throws it back in front. And Quincy has it now for Detroit. Furious pressure by the Bruins in the game's opening moments. And Tatar knocks it out.
And this is where these young players who have playoff experience, but it's in the American League, need to get their feet wet. That shift where they ran around like crazy in their zone was Tatar, Shea, and Nyquist, 3 real young players. And it takes some time to feel comfortable playing in here. It's not an easy place to get comfortable.
Big hit by Jordan Caron as he spilled Brendan Smith. In comes Yurko across the line. Shoots, kicked up by Rask. And Darren Helm on it for Detroit. Yurko reaching for it. One of 8 members of that Grand Rapids team that won the American League title last year, who's on the Detroit roster in the Stanley Cup playoffs this year. Torrey Krug. Up ahead to Sean Thornton. Gregory Campbell throws that ahead, trying to find Caron. He's got a last shot. And across it goes to Jakob Kindl. And Daniel Alfredsson jumbles that out for the Red Wings. Kindl back for it. And Alfredsson swings that back for Nick Kronwall. Up ahead to Johan Franzen. Just an applicator across the line. Franzen played that to an open wing, and Bergeron has it for Boston. Patrice Bergeron has scored 11 times in the last 12 regular season games for Boston, including goals in 7 consecutive games. First Bruin since Cam Neely to score in 7 consecutive games. And Chara back with it. Up for Marchand. Throws that to an open wing. Riley Smith comes jumping in, and he collides there with his brother Brendan. They collide along the boards, and Datsyuk picks it out. Not a lot of talk between the Smith boys this week. They always pretended to play for the Stanley Cup in the basement at home in Toronto, but they both said it never got to Game 7. Their parents had to call the games. They got a little rough before they could get to the final series. 4 gone in period number 1 to Kaiser. Backhands out ahead for Sheahan, and Riley Sheahan comes in, shoots, picked up by Rask. And you wonder if this series will see the same kind of gruesome scoring we've seen in others. 53 goals scored in the 7 postseason games in 2014.
Pretty quick pace here through the first 4.5 minutes. There's Riley and Brendan Smith. It's a lot of years ago in their gear, ready to go play. And then tonight, they come face to face early here in the first period. Riley Smith's got a pass out wide. He tries to attack outside of his brother. Nice poke check by Brendan Smith. Close and back pressure from Pavel Datsyuk.
Luke Glendening in for the face-off now for Detroit, getting a warning from linesman Darren Gibbs. And the draw, won by Soderberg, back for Louis Eriksson. Spins and shoots, he puts it wide. And Legwand chips it up center ice for Drew Miller. Miller was the only Detroit forward to play every game this year.
He became like old reliable for Mike Babcock. Just one part that he was able to put in the lineup night after night, as everybody else got moved around all season long.
Legwand sends it in front, tipped wide by Miller. Now another chance in front for Legwand. Spins back to the corner. Lashoff with it. At one point in March, Ray, the Red Wings lost a player from the lineup in 6 consecutive games.
Yet somehow still found a way to get in for the 23rd straight year.
Kindl long shot, that floats high. And Eriksson on it now for Boston. He won't win it, but Mike Babcock got my vote for Coach of the Year. Kindl goes back, being shadowed there by Eriksson. And Sheahan wraps it around for Kindl. Shots are 4-3 Boston in the early going. The Red Wings won 3 of the 4 regular season meetings. All 3 wins in regulation. Detroit and Montreal, the only teams to record 3 wins this year against the Bruins. Boychuk wraps that around. Sheahan knocks it down for the Red Wings. Shoveled it back in front. And Rask makes the save through traffic. Nyquist for Sheahan. Back to Gustav Nyquist. What a move around Mark Bezeros, who stays with him. And now Sheahan pokes it back in the corner. Zaros back for Boychuk. Lucic being shadowed there by Brendan Smith, who steps up on him. And plays it back down behind the Boston goal. Zaros to Boychuk. And Johnny Boychuk quickly ahead to David Krejci. Krejci to Iginla, streaking in. Jerome Iginla works in on Braun. Wallace stays with him step for step. And they joust in the corner. The puck comes free to Lucic. And now Brendan Smith snaps that pass ahead for Alfredsson, but the play's offside at the Boston line. No score in period number 1. You're watching the 2014 Stanley Cup playoffs on TSN.
To just a remarkable record of consistency in Detroit.
It's worth underlining, Ray, how difficult getting to the playoffs is every year. Only Detroit and San Jose have reached the postseason every year since the lockout in 2005.
And there were plenty of years when they could spend more than other people, but that's not been the case over the last decade.
Hamilton even fires. He whistled that over the shoulder of Jimmy Howard. And now a battle along the wall. 4 players in there. And the puck taking a beating as it's finally pulled out by Riley Smith. Kyle Quincy steps into him. Smith plays that back to the point for Chara. Slides out ahead. Bergeron plays it across. Marchand shoots. Blocked by DeKeyser. Took away a sure goal as DeKeyser got the shaft of his stick on that. Marchand had an open net. Abdelkader hammered there by Chara. And Bergeron plays the puck away. Sean Thornton comes in as Kindle played that up for Lashoff. Back to Kindle. No Henrik Zetterberg for Detroit tonight. He has been skating with the team. Possible he could return later in the series. But as Mike Babcock, the Red Wings coach, said a month ago, he couldn't walk at the ceremony honoring Nick Lidstrom. A bad back, which was aggravated at the Sochi Olympics. Lucic sends that down to the Red Wings zone. Howard out to play it, and to squeeze that by McGinley. Lucic picks it up and spins it back down to McGinley. Chris crossing with Krejci. Back in front, Lucic. Down for Krejci. At the line, Mazzaro shoots, but the puck had slid across the blue line, and it's offside at the Detroit line.
Of the many Bruins that had excellent seasons, one of them was Brad Marchand, who got off to a terrible start to the season. Ended up with 25 goals. He gets to the front of the net, and he's in a battle there, cross-checking away with Danny DeKeyser. He fans out to take the pass from the point, and it's DeKeyser who stops the shot. Marchand, who was at the summer camp for the Canadian Olympic team, just had 1 goal in his first 14 games. 24 of his goals came either with the Bruins at even strength or shorthanded. Just 1 power play goal. That came in the last game of the year.
Of all the 25 goal scorers, he had the fewest power play goals. He begged the Bruins to put him on the power play all year. When he scored in that last game of the season, he apparently said to the bench, "See, I should have been on all year." Bounce it down to Rask, and he's able to hang on to it.
And to that point, Gord, Brad Marchand's season was almost exclusively productive at 5-on-5 strength. Look at 87% of his points. Gabe Landeskog, who was part of that Colorado win last night, was the second highest percentage of 5-on-5 points in the league. But Marchand skates so well, he forechecks so well, and the Bruins play so well at 5-on-5. His production there becomes a staple of the Bruins attack.
Now Brendan Smith back for it. Swings that pass ahead to Daniel Alfredsson, who's got 51 career playoff goals, more than any other player in the series. Slides it off the side of the goal. And slammed into the sideboards was Thomas Jurco as Alfredsson swings back for the loose puck. Gives the puck away to Jordan Caron. In shoots Howard, save, rebound, loose in front. It bounced away from Sean Thornton, who squeezes into Nick Kronwall. The puck comes free to Alfredsson. Up ahead, almost a turnover again. Helm trying to poke it out. And finally, Jurco moves out ahead. And Howard leaves the puck back behind the Detroit goal as both teams will change. The shots are even at 5 apiece. Danny DeKeyser, his playoffs last year, derailed by a thumb injury. Had to Abdelkader with a shot up high on Rask. Now back at the point, Quincy with a shot that goes off a stick. Into the meshing and out of play. 10:52 to go in period number 1. The NHL on TSN Stanley Cup playoffs are brought to you by Chevrolet. Find new roads. Tuukka Rask had the best save percentage in the NHL this year of any goalie who played 30 or more games. He's got the best save percentage in the league over the last 5 years. Johan Franzen throws it back in front, and Rask will hang on to that.
This is played well off the faceoff on a couple of different areas, and this is what happens when great players get together. Datsyuk wins the draw. Look, he gets help on the puck from Franzen, but Bergeron identifies Franzen on the sideboards. He attacks him before Franzen's got any time to move, and then Chara just buries Abdelkader in front of Tuukka Rask.
Now Bergeron taps it back to Chara across to Marchand. Bangs it off the glass by Franzen and out. Franzen, long lead pass for Abdelkader. Icing waved off as it goes back down to the Boston zone. And Chara up ahead to Riley Smith. Franzen steps hard into him. Johan Franzen sidelined almost completely for 2 months. Played a couple of games in there with a concussion. Also missed the Sochi Olympics. And Brendan Smith snaps that pass ahead to Drew Miller, but the play is offside at the Bruins line. Big night for Drew's brother Ryan last night. Overtime win over Chicago.
Made a couple of big saves, including the stop on Patrick Sharp on the breakaway deep into the second overtime period. Johan Franzen, you mentioned earlier, Gord missed about 2 months with a concussion. He's got 1 goal in 19 games. He can go in and out offensively. When he gets hot, he can carry a team. And the Wings need production from Franz, and he can't be a passenger in this series.
Think about the 08 and 09 playoffs, Ray. 35 playoff games, he scored 24 times. It's one of the greatest goal-scoring binges in NHL playoff history. Torrey Krug plays that pass ahead to Justin Florek, and now Florek plays it ahead, and the puck goes out of play. 9:48 to go in the first period. No score between the Bruins and Red Wings. The Stanley Cup playoffs return to Boston in a moment. In one of the great sports cities in America, Boston, home to game 1 and 2 of the Bruins and Red Wings. They'll play game 2 on Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern time. Then move on to Detroit for games 3 and 4 on Tuesday and Thursday. Carl Soderberg will take the draw against Luke Glendening. And now Krug fires that down for the Bruins. Torrey Krug made his playoff debut last year, scored 4 times in his first 5 games.
That's a debut.
Yeah. Soderberg feeds the puck back to Krug. He really shoot it, hammered it off a leg and wide. He too grew up a Red Wings fan in Michigan. As did Florek, who plays it across for Soderberg. Backhands it in front. A chance for Eriksson. His stick was tied up by Glendening. And Legwand ahead for Miller. Drew Miller bounces that off the end boards, wide of the goal. Glendening on it. And the puck bounces down to the corner as Legwand reaches for it. Miller, Glendening, and Legwand, the forwards for the Red Wings, all Michigan natives. And now Legwand with it, walks it and shoots. It goes off a leg, bounces right off a leg and down to Rask. And he'll hang on to it.
Most teams find it most imperative to get their defense matched against the lines they want. As soon as this face-off is won, watch Brendan Smith. He lets the puck go by him, jumps off the ice, as that's not the matchup that they want. They don't want Smith and Kronwall against the third line of the Bruins, the Soderberg, Eriksson, Florek line. So off they jump and they make a quick change.
And the chess match will continue between Mike Babcock and Claude Julien.
Old roommates in Sochi.
Yeah, there you go. Danny DeKeyser, a long shot, kicked up by Rask through the traffic. And now Datsyuk steps around Chara. And Chara steps into Abdelkader again. Johan Franzen backhands it in front. It went off the stick of Dougie Hamilton, right down to Rask, who hangs on.
Mike Babcock was talking about the need to pound the front of the net, get people there, play a little bit of Bruins-style hockey. Abdelkader's one of their best. He's going to battle with Dougie Hamilton. This hits Abdelkader's foot right to the side of Tuukka Rask. Look at Rask, he's fighting for position through the screen of Abdelkader, who scored 2 goals in the last game of the season, and Tuukka Rask, who is likely, in my opinion, to be the Vezina Trophy winner this year. What a season he put together.
Now Nyquist plays that back to the point, but Iginla picks it off away with Krejci and Lucic. In comes Iginla, shoots, and Jimmy Howard kicks that away. Lucic on it. Riley Sheahan steps into him, gathers up the loose puck and squeezes that ahead to Thomas Tatar. Bounces that down to the Boston zone. Johnny Boychuk back for it. For Lucic, Smith stepped up on him, reached in again, and finally Lucic plays it ahead for Krejci. Pass goes off the skate of Sheahan. And Nyquist skated by the puck, and a chance for Iginla, throws it down in the corner. Kronwall plays it back for Smith. And Brendan Smith buys some time as both teams settle in. 9-6, the shots on goal for Detroit. Red Wings are changing as Smith fires it down to the Boston zone. Helm into Sean Thornton. And Gregory Campbell on it. Helm steps into him at the line. Kittle with a shot, flutters high and wide as it went off a skate. And Caron plays it ahead for Campbell. Kidman intercepts and pumps it right back down to the Boston zone. Gregory Campbell turns that over to Darren Helm. And Helm winds his way across the line, had it knocked away by Campbell. And Alfredson tries to hack that back down to the Boston zone.
Detroit's got to be thrilled with the first 13 minutes here, Gord. They've got 9 shots on goal. They've had the puck in Boston's end more than Boston's had it in their zone. And we know the Bruins want to grind. They want to cycle.
In comes Sean Thornton, the fourth line out for Boston. That shot was blocked by DeKeyser. Picked up by Florek, who fires it wide. Kyle Quincy racing to it. Battles there with Gregory Campbell. Campbell's drop pass picked up by Glendening. And Luke Glendening chips that down to the Boston zone. Corey Potter, another Michigan native. There's lots of them in the two teams. As Krug plays it up for Soderberg. Long shot, gloved by Jimmy Howard. And they're going to face off with 6:40 to go in the first period. Closed captioning is brought to you by Steel, built to last, priced to sell.
The Bruins really haven't been able to put back-to-back shifts together where they've had sustained pressure, try to grind a little bit on the Red Wings. And so by that fact, the Wings have had a pretty good, as I said earlier, 13 and 13.5 minutes here of this first period.
7 players in this series grew up in the state of Michigan. And the puck fires back down by Dougie Hamilton as Brendan Smith goes back for it. And Smith had the Johan Franzen being harassed there by Patrice Bergeron, and Franzen's got his hands full of Bergeron. And Marchand picks up the loose puck. Back to Chara. Being shadowed there by Abdelkader. Now Riley Smith on it. Riley Smith works back in front. On the backhand, squeezes that back for Chara. He's got a lane, winds and fires. Knocked down in front, but a Bergeron rebound. And Smith couldn't pull the trigger as Kronwall stayed with him. But Chara's got eyes like saucers with room like that. He leaned on that one and almost scored the game's first goal. Now Dougie Hamilton comes streaking in. Hamilton shoots, Howard to save. Rebound loose in front. And Thomas Tatar back to pick it up before Krejci could get to it. And Brendan Smith lifts that back up to center ice for Detroit. Gustav Nyquist bumped there by Iginla. Nyquist up ahead to Kyle Quincy. Shoots off the stick. It goes to Boychuk into the corner. Riley Sheahan on it. And now Mazzaros to an open wing, where Iginla collides there with Nyquist, who won the battle for the puck for a moment, and Iginla sends Nyquist flying. And Boychuk lost the puck again. Here's Tatar with it. Thomas Tatar spins back in the corner, throws it back in front. Sheahan back to the point to Quincy. Quincy with it again. Long wrist shot bounces wide. Tatar tries to poke that in front, and Mazzaros knocked him down. And Krejci plays that back to Boychuk as the Bruins counterattack. A couple of weeks of this will be all right, huh, Ray?
Well, the playoffs have had a first couple of days here that have been phenomenal, and this is just absolutely terrific hockey. The pace and the speed of the games has been just remarkable so far. Not going to get worse either.
Now Helm tried to bounce that back to Lashoff, and down it goes to Yurko. Alfredson steps into Thornton, and now Gregory Campbell sends it up to center ice, and a race for it as Ryan Lashoff knocked that away from Jordan Caron. And Corey Potter back to the loose puck. Up ahead to Thornton. Bruins are fresh on the ice as the Red Wings are changing now. Brendan Smith back to pick up the loose puck. And away comes Smith with it. Aims ahead of steam, comes in across the line. The play remains onside as Brendan Smith got hammered down by Char, and a penalty coming to the Bruins. And Brendan Smith slow to get to his feet. Char is going to go off for boarding, and the first power play of the game will go to the Detroit Red Wings. 3:52 to go in the first period, and the Bruins captain goes off for boarding on Brendan Smith. Red Wings power play when we come back to Boston.
With Zdeno Chara in the penalty box, the Bruins will have to juggle their penalty killers on the back end. Andre Mazzaros, who was acquired at the deadline from Philadelphia, will be on the ice with Johnny Boychuk. Mazzaros might not even be in the lineup if Matt Markowski was healthy, if Kevin Miller was healthy. But now he's out in the first penalty-killing group here against the 18th ranked power play in the National Hockey League. The Wings led by Franzen's 7 power play goals.
Despite missing 2 months, Kronwall sends it wide. Here's Nyquist on it now. Gustav Nyquist plays that back to Kronwall. To Datsuk. Tries to throw that back in front for Franzen, who slides it down to Legwand. And Mazzaros off the glass, but not by Datsuk. He's being shadowed there by Bergeron. Nyquist with it now. Drops that back to Kronwall. Feeds across to Danzig to Kronwall. Back down to Nyquist. Works in, Gustav Nyquist. Throws it back in front, off away to Boychuk, and Bergeron sends it down.
Mike Babcock's yelling on the Detroit bench, shoot the puck, shoot the puck. They had control of it a couple of times. They never once got it to the front of the net. So they make a change, and a second group comes out.
Sheahan, Tatar, and Jurko with it now. And Tatar winds his way in across the line. Drops it back to Alfredsson. Corey Potter steps in front of that and banks it back out for Boston.
The Bruins' first two penalty-killing groups include their top two centers, Krejci and Bergeron. So smart.
Whoa, Jurko with a big hit there on Krejci.
Krejci's hurt.
And Krejci is down, and Jurko giving another whack as the puck is under him. But David Krejci slow to get to his feet after that big hit by Jurko in the corner. So Krejci slowly gets back to his feet. Let's send you now to James Duthie for an update.
Jurko wraps his left arm around Krejci and runs him into the boards. Krejci's left leg folds rather awkwardly. He's down a little bit, jumps up onto his feet as you see Jurko, one of the young players, played the majority of the year in Grand Rapids. He's still living in a hotel, said all he needs is a nice bed, a big TV, and his Xbox, and he's still in the same place he was 3 months ago. 21 years old, you don't need much else, I guess.
No. Happy as a clown. Someone else cooks for you and cleans for you, you're all set. Johan Franzen swings it by Mazarov. Now Danzig with it. Pavel Danzig back for Kronwall with some time. He'll slap pass in front. Franzen with a shot that's tipped wide off the stick of Nyquist. At the line, Kronwall, great job to hold it. And Danzig with it now. Pavel Danzig winds his way through the traffic. Back to Franzen. In shoots. Boychuk got a piece of it. Rask got the rest. And leg one back to Danzig. Charles out of the box for Boston. Gustav Nyquist slides it back to Danzig as Chara bears in on him and slams Danzig into the corner boards. Now Danzig battles for the puck and again wins it. In comes Nyquist now. Short side, taps it back in front. It bounces off Rask into the slot and Campbell plays it out. Lucic working it on to Kaiser. And Glendening comes in the half out. Jerome McGinley throws it back in front, wide of the goal. And the Kaiser battles along the wall as Lucic steps into him. And Drew Miller brings that ahead for Detroit and banks it down to the Boston zone. There's Glendening, throws it back in front, knocked away by Rask. Brendan Smith's long shot drifts wide to the final minute now. The opening period. Helm slammed there by Dougie Hamilton. And Darren Helm tangling there with Hamilton. Their legs got locked, and Kronwall has it now. His shot goes off McGinley, and Jerome McGinley comes racing in as Brendan Smith fell. Howard out to play it, knocks it out of the Detroit zone. Whoa. In comes Corey Potter now, winds and fires, that's blocked. As Kronwall got in the way of that. Some nervous moments in the Detroit zone as Jimmy Howard had to play defenseman for a moment.
Brendan Smith got tied up with the linesman, and he tripped and fell at center ice. Howard had to come out. There was no one back.
Now to Kaiser on it. Plays out ahead as Nyquist got bumped off the puck by Bergeron, but gets it back. In comes Nyquist. Final seconds, tries to pull that around Krug. And then it gets finished off by Marchand.
Oh, as soon as Marchand saw the puck turn up, he knew it was Nyquist. He took a quick run at him. He's staring at him right now, and that's a targeted hit by Marchand. He knows who the puck carrier is, and he wants to make sure he finishes on the skilled Nyquist. Nyquist is going to get this puck gourd poked away from him by Torrey Krug. And right here, Marchand's already on the way in to finish the hit. It's a clean hit. It's a playoff hit. And a scoreless period is ensued here.
So our first intermission coming up. We'll send you now to James Duthie and the panel.
Minutes of work for Nick Kronwall.
Expect to see him a lot. He was the Red Wings leader in minutes played per game in the regular season. Chara played 644 for the Bruins. Of course, took that minor penalty for boarding, which cut into his ice time.
And you saw that with the graphic there that the zone time was almost identical. That was a terrific first period for the Red Wings. Now the Bruins will want to impose their will a little bit here in period 2.
And they had their chances in that opening period. The shots were 11-9 in favor of the Red Wings as Kronwall swings it around. And Brendan Smith picks it up. Up to Abdelkader, who chips that down to the Boston zone. The first goal so important for the Bruins this season. Johan Franzen throws that back in front, and Bergeron comes back to take it away. Boston won 41 times this year when scoring first. Kronwall shoots it wide of the goal, up the other side, tapping at it. It was Pavel Datsyuk, turned away by Rask. Now back in front is Franzen with a bouncing puck, and it's moved out by Riley Smith. When the Bruins didn't score first, 33 times, they only won 13 of those games. Kronwall, pass too far for Miller, slides down to Rask. And Chara goes off the glass and banks that back down to the Detroit zone. That'll be an icing call against the Bruins in the early stages of period number 2.
Chara having a discussion with Johnny Boychuk, and with the defensemen the way they are for the Bruins, they missed Dennis Seidenberg, who was out with an ACL injury, going to miss likely the rest of the season. The improvement of Dougie Hamilton allowed them the luxury of not going out and spending a real young asset to bring in an expensive defenseman, but now they've got to juggle some people around, but they still lean on 33.
Back at the point, the Kaiser with a long shot that hit a leg. Now Miller shoots that into another leg and goes wide. And Boychuk on it. Picks up the puck in the corner, finding Lucic. And here is Chara with it. Looks up ahead for a Ginla, and the Kaiser stepped into him. One thing Chicago players said quietly after last year's Stanley Cup final race, they felt that Chara wore down late in that series. He was on the ice for 10 of the last 12 goals the Hawks scored. Soderberg now works his way in for the Bruins. Drops that back, Sheahan tapped it away. And Lashoff plays it up for Detroit as Krug goes back to the Bruins. To Boychuk. Both those guys could really shoot it for Boston. And Florek swings back to pick it up for the Bruins. Boychuk to Krug. Up for Soderberg. Carl Soderberg busting in, and Lashoff stays in him step for step. Lashoff, another one of those Grand Rapids Griffins who won a Calder Cup American League Championship last spring. And promptly scored his first National Hockey League game in the process.
They beat Syracuse, who is Tampa Bay's farm team. The year before, that team from Tampa Bay, they played in Norfolk. They won the Calder Cup. A lot of those players are playing for the Lightning right now.
Nyquist rips that high and wide of the goal. Now Kronwall has to race back as Ginla was bearing down, and Brendan Smith races back to pick up the loose puck. And Lucic just missed him before the turnover. In comes Krejci. Steve rolling in front. Lucic kicking at it. Howard's down. He's lost his goal stick. Lucic back at the point. Chara to Dougie Hamilton a drive. Blocked in front. Helm picks it up. Still no goal stick for Howard as Nyquist moves it up for Detroit. And Howard has a nervous look and just now retreats to pick up the stick, but Lucic has the puck. Milan Lucic up ahead for Ginla. And Kronwall swings back as Lucic steps into him. Alfredson tries to tap that around. And it's picked up by Helm. Darren Helm in with Yurko. Helm shoots off the leg of Chara and wide. Now Yurko with it. Colliding there with a Ginla behind the goal. It's picked up by Helm battling for it. And Chara lost the puck to Helm. Banks it back to Quincy across to the Kaiser with a drive wide of the goal. It came back out the other side. And Chara picked it up. And a Ginla looks ahead for Caron, and the Kaiser broke that up. Quincy back for it now. The only defenseman to play every game for Detroit this season. And Quincy up ahead for the Kaiser. Back goes Mazzaros for it. And Johnny Boychuk. Bumped there by Abdelkader. Marchand has it for Boston. Slides it ahead to Bergeron. In come the Bruins now. Bergeron drops it back. Mazzaros works his way in. Hook kick there by Franzen. And Johan Franzen kicks the puck away as Bergeron steps up on it now. Throws it back in front. Mazzaros spins and shoots, and Howard steers that away. Riley Smith now. Loose in behind the Detroit goal. Smith banks it back to Boychuk with a shot that's tipped wide. Now Riley Smith back with it. Spins back in the corner. Steps around Franzen. Throws it back in front. Chance for Marchand. They're kicking at him, and Brendan Smith finally kicked the puck away from Marchand, and the Red Wings clear it out. Shots even now at 11 apiece. And Iginla at the Detroit line. Looks ahead for Krejci. David Krejci banks it down to Iginla. Krejci back in front for Lucic. Knocked away from him, but held the line by Hamilton. Long shot, power to save off his mask. And Lashoff clears the rebound to Nyquist. Gus Nyquist did across the line for Detroit. Spins in front of Lucic. Still has the puck. Feeds it in front for Tatar. That's knocked away by Krejci. And up ahead he goes to Iginla. Wraps it around the boards, and Kyle Quincy on it now for the Red Wings. Iginla just missed Quincy. As Tatar looks ahead for Glendening. Torrey Krug brings it in the hand. And then gets finished off by Krejci as Glendening goes down, and Torrey Krug has the loose puck. Snaps the pass across to Lucic. And at center ice, that's broken up by DeKeyser. Quickly ahead for Langlois. Great pace here in period number 2. Drew Miller comes in. Poke check by Louis Eriksson is tipped into the puck.
What a nice play by Eriksson coming back in to get to the shooter before he can release the puck.
When you see Bergeron, Eriksson, Datsyuk, you're seeing the best of the best, aren't you, Ray?
200-foot players, and while Eriksson didn't score this year as much as the Bruins would have liked, he missed a lot of the year with a couple of concussions on the way. Late in the year, he started to catch a little bit of fire offensively for the Bruins.
Now Miller throws it up the side of the goal, bouncing there. Rask reaching for it, holds it long enough to get a face-off. 13:44 to go in period number 2. Still no score between the Bruins and the Red Wings. In the first game of this best-of-7 series between the Red Wings and the Bruins, here is Farhan Lalji.
Guys, I had a chance to talk to Bruins assistant coach Doug Jarvis between periods, and he said he was surprised that his Bruins team treated that period as more of a feeling-out process. He thought they would try to dictate a little bit more. He was happy with how physical his team played, but overall they didn't get much out of it. They didn't possess the puck enough, and they felt that Detroit really was able to carry the pace of play. And so far the message has been heard here in the second period, with the Bruins carrying the play a little bit more and having a 3-0 edge in shots.
Now Bergeron knocks that down, plays it around for Mazzaros. Andre Mazzaros head for Jordan Caron. That pass missed him. And a race for it now. That'll be icing as Lashoff got back first for the Red Wings.
The Bruins, we've talked about how physical a game they want to play. The problem is the Red Wings don't engage you physically very much. They're a very positional team. Watch how Nick Kronwall plays Patrice Bergeron here. He puts him up against the boards. Now, for the rest of this sequence, he's not more than a foot away from him. In no time is he engaged in any real combat with Bergeron. It's position, it's stick on the ice, and that's the Detroit way for the most part. And it's real difficult for a team like Boston to get emotionally tied to the game. You can't scrum the Red Wings. They're not going to do it. So you have to find other ways to generate physically.
Bergeron poked that away from Brendan Smith, and now Datsyuk back to pick it up. Babcock gave his players clear instructions for the series. Don't get into the stuff after the whistle with Boston. And in comes Brendan Smith jumping in, gets around Dougie Hamilton. Drops that down behind the goal. Chara lost it as Brendan Smith back in front for Datsyuk. He ripped it wide. And Franson back on it for Smith. Datsyuk shoved down by Chara. Right back to his feet. Datsuk's got the loose puck for Abdelkader. Sends it back in front. Tipped wide by Franson. Johan Franson back with it. Sends it there to Abdelkader. He missed. Now Kyle Quincy tees it up. Got it Chara up high and went wide, it looked like. And now the puck bounces back down to the Detroit zone as DeKeyser goes back, and some good chances for Detroit in the Boston zone.
Well, the Red Wings have told us that they felt Datsuk's play is starting to elevate back to its regular level of brilliance. A couple of times we've seen it here. He keeps this puck alive, and then Abdelkader goes across to Franzen. But this all starts back behind the net where Brendan Smith gets the puck out to Datsyuk from 10 or 15 feet. He just rifles it wide.
Now Quincy with a shot in the leg in front. Tatar from a sharp angle, shut down by Rask. And Nyquist with it. What a story Gustav Nyquist authored this year for Detroit. As he picks up the puck along the boards, sends it back in front. Krejci knocks it away. Nyquist another shot. And Rask reaches down and gloves that as Chara gives Tatar a shove. But again, the Red Wings don't respond.
What a stretch Gustav Nyquist had. 22 goals in 27 games for the Red Wings. Ends up with 28 on the season. He tries to go across the seam to Thomas Tatar. This line played together in the playoffs last year for Grand Rapids. They're very familiar with each other, Nyquist, Tatar, and Riley Shea. And Nyquist became more of a shooter this year, Gord, as he got to the NHL. He's always been a passer. And Mike Babcock and Bill Peters and Tom Rennie, the Red Wings staff, have constantly driven into him. Shoot the puck, shoot the puck. He's been rewarded with a fantastic season.
Consider Martre. He scored 12 goals for the Red Wings that month. No other Detroit player had more than 4 in those must-win games, and the Red Wings are battling to make the playoffs. Now at the point is Quincy with a shot that's blocked by Eriksson. And DeKeyser plays it back down behind the Boston goal. Florek with it now for the Bruins along with Louis Eriksson. And Florek shovels that down to the Detroit zone as Lashoff battles for it. In comes Krug, now slides it down low to Eriksson, who fans on his pass. Plays it back to the point. There's Corey Potter with a shot that floats wide. Lashoff reaching for it, got bumped there. And now Torrey Krug winds with it. Waits, being watched by Glenn. He shoots through the traffic off a leg and wide. Legwand back down to Kindle. Kindle steps away from Eriksson. And Jakob Kindle goes ahead to David Legwand and across the line. Legwand pumps up by Potter as Miller goes in looking for it. Lucci stripping the puck by Helm. Darren Helm looks there for Yurko, backhands it wide. Alfredsson on it now for Detroit. Alfredsson feeds back to Kronwall, has time, shoots, his stick blew up on him, and Kronwall quickly grabs another. Shoveled back in front is Yurko, back at the point to Smith. Kyle Quincy comes on for Kronwall, shoots, hit a leg in front, Yurko can't reach it, and Darren Helm gets there for the Red Wings. Helm shoots through traffic, bounces down, and Rask does the splits to make the save.
Well, the Red Wings have all of a sudden started to hang on to the puck a little more. Their quickness has shown through, and the Bruins, who I think the pace of the Wings has to be some concern for them, are being outskated here in the middle period. They're missing 2 of their fastest forwards in Chris Kelly and Daniel Paille. That certainly slows the Bruins down. They're not a quick team to begin with, and as I said at the top of the show, Gord, this might be Detroit's best chance to win on the road here. Obviously, starting on the road, you got to win one if you're going to win this series.
If you're just joining us, no score through the first period and a half. A frenetic first period, lots of scoring chances for both teams. In the first playoff meeting between these clubs since 1957. Johan Franzen bumping there with Bergeron. Marchand sends it ahead to Dougie Hamilton. Quickly up for Riley Smith. Riley and Brendan Smith have been on for a few shifts against each other, but not many so far. But the 2 coaches did start them against each other, whether it was intentional or not. Give them credit for having a touch of the poet about them. As Advocator shovels it back in front, knocked away by Chara.
Yeah, I think of poetry with Claude Julien and Mike Babcock.
Well, Julien did it against Montreal in the preseason, made sure that he put Malcolm Subban in goal in a preseason game in Montreal to play against PK. Not the last time they'll see each other likely. Riley Sheahan, poke check there by Chara. And Sheahan reaching for it, gets it there to Datsuk. Pavel Datsuk shields off Thornton, plays it back for Jakob Kindle. Crosby goes the last shot with a shot that was blocked by a sprawling Johnny Boychuk. And now Chara banks it off the boards for Campbell. Kindle steps into him, keeps the puck alive for Detroit. Back down to the corner for Tatar. Thomas Tatar kicks it back. Sheahan fell. And Thornton's got it now for the Bruins. Fires it down, it bounces right in front, and Jimmy Howard will hang on to that. 9.5 to go in period number 2. Gustav Nyquist and the Detroit Red Wings battling the Bruins in game 1 of this first round Eastern Conference Series. Back in Boston in 1957, the Red Wings played the Bruins in the playoffs. Busick played for the Red Wings. That summer he was traded for Terry Sawchuk. The goaltender went on to have a Hall of Fame career. Busick played 21 years for the Bruins, was their captain, and is still their all-time leader in goals scored. And still works for the Bruins. He's their traveling secretary and still hands out the per diem envelopes. which are much thicker than when he was playing.
The Chief is a popular man in Boston.
And rightfully so. One of the great gentlemen in the game. Here's Gregory Campbell back to Torrey Krug. Shoots through the traffic. Picked up by Howard. Rebound goes wide. Jordan Carrall backhands it off the side of the goal. And a great chance there for the Bruins. As the puck bounced away from Jordan Carrall. And now Kronwall being lined up there by Sean Thornton, takes him down hard. Campbell picks up a loose puck and shoots. Howard with a kick save. And Legwand's got it now for Detroit. Swings it rink wide for Miller. In comes Drew Miller, tries to throw that back in front. Potter got a stick on it and knocks the puck up and out of play.
Well, close call at the Detroit end of the ice. Jordan Caron is just standing there. This rebound hits him right on the B crest, and it comes back, and Jimmy Howard gets his left foot on it. Nice reaction by Jimmy Howard, who has matched Tuukka Rask. 14 stops for 14 stops here midway through the second period.
And you heard Marty Biron say before the game that he felt that Howard would have to out-goaltend Rask for the Bruins, or for the Red Wings rather, to have a chance. Howard was 36th in the NHL in save percentage this year. Rask was #1 among eligible goaltenders. And the Bruins had the best team save percentage as well, as backup Chad Johnson had a great year for Boston as well.
Being the backup for Boston can be real good for your career. Anton Khudobin signed in Carolina, and now Johnson's a free agent in July and had a fantastic year.
He got a one-year deal at $600,000 from the Boston Bruins in the offseason. Darren Hell works back in front, bounces, puck goes off the back of Yurko, and Rask will glove that. Closed capturing is brought to you by Steel, built to last, price to sell. Detroit won 3 of the 4 regular season meetings with the Bruins this year. Boston's 9 goals were scored by 9 different players, which is kind of a theme for the Bruins this season.
I mean, the strength of their team is that, yes, you focus on Krejci and Bergeron, but the goals come from everywhere. The contributions seem to come from everywhere. And their power play, that hasn't had a chance tonight, was excellent this year for them.
In comes Krejci busting in. He's got a Ginla and Lucic with him. And Krejci shields off Quincy in the corner. Now Datsuk steals the puck from Krejci and moves that ahead to Abdelkader. Abdelkader turns Chara, and they get slammed into the corner. And Zdeno Chara at his glass-rattling best so far tonight. Datsuk works it across the line. A long shot. He whistled that just high. And now Chara throws it back out to center ice. 7.5 to go in a still scoreless game number 1.
So much for those 7 goals a game we've seen in the first 2 days of the playoffs.
You knew the coaches would figure it out sooner or later. There's Bergeron, a long shot, and that's stopped by Howard, and there is no rebound.
Gord, we've talked many times about why the Bruins are successful. When they get the puck in the zone, they get puck support. Look who the next man to the battle is. It's not Lucic, it's Pavel Datsyuk. Lucic is waiting for the puck to come for him. Iginla's up high. There's no secondary engagement from the Bruins. That's normally a strength for them. It's not been tonight.
Now Bergeron faces off against Sheahan and wins the draw back to Mazzaros with a long shot into the midsection of Brendan Smith. And he got bumped there by his brother Riley as he played the puck back down to the Bruins zone, and Rask had to play it. Here is Riley Smith back up to center ice, and Kronwall's got it for Detroit. Nyquist works that ahead to Tatar. Thomas Tatar in, shoots. He whistled that high. And the puck took a funny bounce off the stanchion. Sheahan tees it up. That bounces high and wide as well. And Marchand lost the puck to Nyquist. The battle ensues along the wall. Mazzaros picks it up, plays it back to Boychuk. Andre Mazzaros across to Boychuk. Fires that down to the Detroit zone. And Gregory Campbell trying to play it back in. Kimball bounces that back down to the Boston line. Campbell chips that down to the Detroit zone and goes looking for his own shoot in. Collides hard with Glendening. Drew Miller trying to squeeze that by Corey Potter, who stepped up. And Matthew Flubug has gone through the Boston room the last week or so. Potter draws in with two defensemen down with illness. Now Rasmus up the play, it's chopped wide by Miller. And Drew Miller back on it, lost the puck to Krug, and the Bruins are away 3-on-2. Torrey Krug busting ahead. In across the line, throws it back in front, just wide of the goal. And Quincy has it now for Detroit. Up ahead to leg one, buying some time as the Red Wings are completing a change. Quincy up through the middle for Helm. Darren Helm steps around Eriksson, who takes him down. And now picked up at center ice. Yurko drops it back for Quincy. Darren Helm chips that down to the Boston zone. Krug going back. Yurko reaching in on him. And Rask kind of knock it away. 15-14. The Bruins now out shooting the Red Wings. Still no score. Alfredsson to Yurko. Back to Alfredsson. In comes Daniel Alfredsson. Peels back along the board. Florek stays with him now. Helm with it. Trying to pull that around Krug, who makes it off the glass. Kind of a dead bounce. Brendan Smith taken down. Throws it across. And back in deep. Here's Helm with it now for the Red Wings. Darren Helm back on it. Throws that rink wide for Kronwall. And Kronwall's shot goes wide. Brendan Smith shaken up on the Detroit bench after falling at the blue line.
Yeah, it took a slash from Soderberg as he went across the blue line. Not getting any attention from Pete Van Zandt, the trainer. It's like you got a pressure point. You just have to shake it off here. It'll take him a few moments.
Johan Franzen works it back in front. Quincy tees it up and shoots. He hammered it wide. Now to Kaiser back with it. And Datsyuk looks in for Franzen. And a four-man battle for the puck now becomes five. Datsyuk picks it up. Abdelkader works back in front. Buried there by Boychuk right in front of Rask. And now we've got a penalty coming up in the corner. A holding call.
It's going to be Torrey Krug, as he had Johan Franzen wrapped up behind the net.
So the Detroit Red Wings will go to the power play with 4:02 to go in period number 2.
Here's the play with Brendan Smith. The Soderberger's one hand on his stick, and he catches Smith above the shin pad. And as I mentioned, it's almost like a pressure point. Down he goes. He's fine on the Wings bench as they start their second power play of the game in a scoreless game. Marchand's in Tatar's ear here. I don't know if Tatar really listens to him, or Tatar's one of those guys that speaks half English. It's half of his native tongue. It's kind of a mix. Not Ticanese, but close enough.
It's Slow English.
Yes, it's
Boston, a dangerous team, shorthanded this year, scored 9 shorthanded goals, led by Marchand, who tied for the league lead with 5. Yurko, and that puck skip away, now gathers it back up and behind the goal. And Bergeron on it for the Bruins. Potter racing to it. And Corey Potter with a rolling puck fires it down the ice.
There's that Flubug to note to the lineup, Gord. I mean, there's Corey Potter, who's only played 3 games for the Bruins this season since being acquired at the trade deadline. Just his 20th game of the season, and he's out there killing a penalty.
The Kaiser now ahead for Nyquist. Drops it off for Legwand. Trying to poke that back, picked off by Boychuk, and he'll fire that down to the Detroit zone. Under a minute to go in Detroit's second power play of the game. And now to an open wing it goes, and Eriksson comes jumping ahead. Krejci picks it up. Eriksson from a sharp angle shoots, glove down by Howard. He lost the puck, and Johan Franzen has to pick it up.
The one thing the Wings have really hurt at this year compared to the past is their power play's just not been anywhere near as dangerous.
Or as Mike Babcock said at one point this year, we never score on it.
Well, that's a problem.
Now Franzen back with it, lost the puck to Eriksson. And away comes Campbell with it now shorthanded. Gregory Campbell works in, Datsyuk following him from behind. And Nyquist has the loose puck. Campbell got trapped in deep as Nyquist brings it ahead. Just out Nyquist. Works it back, peels back now, 10 seconds to go in the power play. Kronwall with Legwand standing in front. Here's Datsyuk with it, final seconds now. Kronwall with time along wrist shot, and that struck Chara up high. That seemed to sting Chara. Nyquist sends it back in front. Moved down by Francis. Loose puck for Langlois. And the puck pinballs wide in front. And Chara does appear to be in some distress in the defensive zone after being hit with that shot. Now Florek chips it down for the Bruins. 1:45 to go in the second period. Kronwall with it. Peels away from Riley Smith and sets things up for the Red Wings. Glendening gets around Bergeron. And Mazzaros across to Boychuk. Boychuk, poke check there by Miller. Glendening comes in. And Riley Smith gathers up the loose puck. Mazzaros quickly ahead. And fired in by Marchand. Got bumped there by Quincy. Brendan Smith. Up ahead to Darren Helm. And the bouncing puck at the line. Hacked in by Drew Miller. As back goes Chara for it. Mazzaros. Up ahead for Krejci. In comes Krejci across the line. The Bruins are changing as Kindle goes back for it. Lifted out, Drew Miller finds Thomas Tatar. Tatar bounces that down on Rask. And he'll have to freeze that with Tatar bearing down on him. Game 2 of the series comes your way on Sunday afternoon as the Stanley Cup playoffs continue on TSN. Live coverage starts at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on TSN, and live streaming also available on tsn.ca and TSN Go. And it's on to Detroit for games 3 and 4 on Tuesday and Thursday. We'll make a pit stop in Minnesota on Monday night, pick up the Avalanche Wild series, which was wild last night.
How about Nate McKinnon? How long has he been in the league? He just looked brilliant last night.
In comes again now from a sharp angle. Fires that wide. Krejci got spun around. There's no penalty on the play. And Chara goes back, being watched there by Sheahan. Again left to Lucic. And Milan Lucic comes pulling it across the line. As the Kaiser stepped into him, Tatar's got it down for Detroit. Final second of the period, Tatar fires it down. And Danny the Kaiser making his way off the ice slowly. Something happened behind the play to him. As Lucic appeared to be in there, as there's been some extra stuff behind the play after the whistle. And there was no score after 40 minutes of play here in game number 1 between the Bruins and the Red Wings.
Yeah, back behind the play, you're right, Gord. There's a confrontation as Lucic skates behind the Kaiser. Pretty cheap play by Lucic. The Wings bench wasn't too thrilled with it. No penalty called.
Here's James Duthie in our second intermission. Up these two teams in one word. Boston would likely be described as intimidating, and the Red Wings likely described as frustrating.
And that's pretty much the way the Wings have played the first 40 minutes. They've had a much better 40 minutes than the Bruins. If you look at a 0-0 game, you'd think the Bruins would be upset with this right now, and the Wings would be really happy. We showed this earlier in the second period. The positional play of Nick Kronwall, there's no engagement physically unless there needs to be. Brad Marchand is yapping away at Thomas Tatar. You get one nod of the head, and then late in the period, Milan Lucic, in a moment of frustration here, gives a cheap shot to Danny DeKeyser. It's not the first time Lucic has done this. Go back to March 24th against the Montreal Canadiens. A game not going very well for the Bruins. Alexei Yemelin hits Lucic. It's the same play as Yemelin gets stuck from behind. Now, Claude Julien, the Bruins coach, was very upset at the end of the period, claiming a lot of interference coming from the Red Wings. You saw Marchand talking about it to Farhan Lalonji between periods. So the Wings are doing their job. Now we'll see who can get the game's first goal.
Move down to the Bruins zone. Abdelkader gets there first from the Red Wings. Gets squeezed off the puck by Dougie Hamilton. And Kronwall feeds that back across to Jakob Kindl. Kindl's been in and out of Mike Babcock's doghouse. Is now a steal for the Bruins with a shot by Marchand. Stopped there by Howard. That was Brendan Smith with a turnover.
Oh, not a nice shot by Marchand, too. He opened up Jimmy Howard and had room, but Howard got the pad flat.
17-16, the shots on goal in favor of the Bruins. Danny the Kaiser to Kyle Quincy. Down to the Boston zone. Glendening chips it ahead. Boychuk goes around for Mazzaros. Drew Miller stepped into him and knocked Mazzaros down. And Legwand knocked it back in a race for it. Out comes Howard again, and he fired the puck into the Detroit bench. That's not a penalty, as the puck did not clear the glass. He almost decapitated equipment man Paul Boyer behind the Red Wing bench, however.
Here's Howard coming out to the play, almost hits the Kaiser with it, and it goes into the bench. Here's the turnover by Brendan Smith. Good puck pressure by Riley Smith, his brother, that turns it over. And Marchand, you see him opened up Jimmy Howard. He looks like he's going to shoot it on the blocker side, and at the last moment he flings it across the net, looking to go between the legs, but Howard with a nice stop.
Off the draw. Face-off was won by Sheahan. Late back into the Detroit zone, and Ginla had to tag up onside. And here's Kyle Quincy now with time. The Kaiser through the middle to Tatar for Sheahan. Thomas Tatar bumping there with Mazzaros. Now Sheahan loose behind the Boston goal. Throws it back in front, knocked away by Boychuk. And Johnny Boychuk getting elevated minutes with the Boston blue line being shorthanded. The puck is lost. Now Nyquist spins and shoots and puts it wide. Tatar back on it now. Steps around Boychuk. Throws it down low to Sheahan and Nyquist. And Mazzaros battling there with Sheahan. Now Tatar comes in. He and Boychuk collide. And the puck still loose in the corner. Lifted up by Krejci. The Kaiser swept it back in onside. But it bounced off the stick of Tatar. And fired down now to the Detroit zone. Icing waved off as the Kaiser goes back. Danny the Kaiser signed as a free agent last spring by Detroit. What a move by Helm as he comes streaking into the Boston zone and gets hammered from behind by Gregory Campbell. And Caron picks it up for Boston, flips that down to the Detroit zone. Kindle knocks Caron off stride. At the line, Crew can't hold it as Darren Helm comes in. The speedster Darren Helm with a long shot, knocked down by Rask. Blue puck in front, it bounced away from Alfredsson. Alfredsson now back to Kindle, winds and fires, hit right on, rebound. Oh, what a save by Rask! Took that one away from Helm. Helm back on it. Down to Alfredsson. Loose behind the Boston goal. Daniel Alfredsson back in front to Helm with a shot. He fanned on it. Helm back on it now. Jousting there with Sean Thornton. And Caron knocks it to the line but not out. Held by Kindle. Winds and shoots. That was blocked by Caron. And the puck skipped all the way across the ice behind Lashoff. That shot stunned Caron, who limps to the Boston bench. What a stop by Rask on Darren Helm. Now Datsuk with a long shot, and Rask makes the save on that. Abdelkader. Bumped there by Bergeron. Hamilton picks up the loose puck. At the line, Brendan Smith holds it. And Franson plays it back in deep. Chara bumping there with Abdelkader. Bergeron now to the line, and ahead comes Marchand to Bergeron. Quickly up to Smith, and Riley Smith working on his brother Brendan sends it back in front for Marchand. Cronwall stays with him step for step. And now Datsuk with it. Bumping there with Smith. Marchand takes it away, and Datsuk takes it right back. Brendan Smith kicks it ahead. And slides that back down to the Boston zone. 4 gone here in the third period. Still no score between Boston and Detroit in game number 1. Red Wings move to the Eastern Conference this year and get an original 6 matchup in the opening round of the playoffs against the President's Trophy winning team with the best regular season record.
But they're happy they're not flying back and forth to San Jose and like they had done so many times in the first round.
Anaheim last year won that series in 7 games. Now Kindle lost the puck. Lifted high and wide by Justin Florek and played out by Drew Miller. Corey Potter throws that high in the air. A little basket catch there by Jimmy Howard. Drops it down for Kindle. And both teams will change here with 5 minutes gone in the third period. Away comes Nyquist for Detroit. Steps around Krug. Comes in across the line. A Ginla poke check. Ginla plays onside over Thomas Tatar. Tatar winds his way back in front, taken down by Lucic. Kyle Quincy trying to poke it ahead. Now a rolling puck for Quincy, tries to kick it up. And Krejci lost the puck to Sheahan. Sends it back in front. Nyquist with a shot. And an interference call coming to the Detroit Red Wings will send the Boston Bruins to their first power play with 14:43 to go in the third period.
Thomas Tatar is going to go for the interference penalty. But prior to this, Daniel Alfredsson gets to the loose puck. Kindle's shot goes through, and look at the save by Rask. He spreads out to make the right pad stop. And as the Wings end up with the puck, oh man, that was off a deflection too. Two really good saves there by Tuukka Rask. And as the puck is in the corner, watch Tatar as he flattens Johnny Boychuk in the corner. And so the Bruins power play gets their first crack, led by Zdeno Chara's 10 power play goals. Chara's not on the ice with this group on the power play. But a Bruins power play, Gord, that has been dismal for a couple of years has taken a quantum leap this year. The league's third best.
Yeah, after being mired near the bottom of the league for the last several years. Remember, they won a 7-game series a couple of years ago without scoring a power play goal. In comes Bergeron now. Taps it back to Riley Smith. Swings that down to Bergeron. Tapped up by Cronwall. And the Bruins will regroup.
So Riley Smith is playing the point here. He's playing a lot of it in the American Hockey League.
Now Bergeron sends it in front. Loose puck. Louis Eriksson with it now. Banks it back for Hamilton. Eriksson to Hamilton. Feeds across. Riley Smith shoots, bouncing puck in front. That was stopped by Howard. The Kaiser can't clear it out. Hamilton flips it across. Neatly for Riley Smith. Smith to Eriksson. Back to Smith with time. Drops it down to Eriksson. Sends it back door. Hamilton sends it back in front. Soderberg. Oh, what a save by Howard. Jimmy Howard sprawls to make the stop. And the Red Wings clear it down. Back and forth they go. Terrific saves at both ends. And lots of scoring chances, but still no score. 40 seconds to go on the power play. Gimler sends it back in front. Glendening takes a whack at that and knocks it back up to center ice as Advocator feeds it down. Torrey Krug up ahead to Iginla. Chara's out there now for Boston as Lucic comes in. Krejci back at the point. Chara standing in front. Krug down to Iginla. Krug to Krejci. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Krug wide, sends it across. A shot by Iginla. Shattered his stick. Referee Francis Chiron falls again. He's got a problem with his skate. He's fallen 3 times now in the last couple of minutes. And Iginla ahead to Krejci. Out comes Tatar as Krejci comes in across the line. And Datsuk has it now for the Red Wings. Quickly ahead for Tatar. And Boychuk takes that away. 2 shots on goal for the Bruins on that power play. The shots are 21-20 in favor of the Wings. Now Sean Thornton with a drive, and Jimmy Howard makes the stop on that. Jimmy Howard and Tuukka Rask putting on a show. No score in the third period of Game 1.
Jimmy Howard makes his best stop here of the evening on Carl Soderberg. This puck actually goes up his body, and he stops it with his right arm. Soderberg in front of the net on the power play, and Howard with the stop. He gets helped out by Drew Miller. And just prior to the power play, it was Tuukka Rask's turn. The point shot by Kindle deflected, stopped, and then the helm rebound turned away. 42 shots, 42 saves by the 2 goaltenders tonight.
Rask led the NHL with 7 shutouts in the regular season. Cronwall with it now, slides it across for Datsuk. And Pavel Datsuk up ahead for Johan Franzen, poked away by Chara, and then kicked away by Rask. Shipped back out to center ice, and Brendan Smith has to be careful as Marchand almost stole that away. And Advocator banks that very high off the glass and down the ice. An icing call against the Detroit Red Wings. Closed captioning is brought to you by Steel. Built to last, priced to sell. Gord Miller, Ray Ferraro, Farhan Lalji, and our TSN crew here in Boston on this Friday night. And off the draw, the Red Wings control as Johan Franzen has it. And banks it back down to the Boston zone, and Rask plays that away from Advocator. Now Datsuk loose in the corner with it. Pavel Datsyuk lost the puck to Marchand. And now at the line, Marchand stays with it. And play is called at the Red Wings line.
Really tough for either team to get much going at 5-on-5 right now, as the game predictably in a 0-0 game has tightened up. Both coaches want to use their four lines, so you'll still see all 12 forwards engaged here halfway through this third period.
They open on night 3 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Watching all the high-scoring games on the first couple of nights. And they settle into a dandy. 57 years in the making. Now DeKeyser appeared to jam his hand on the boards there. As Iginla picks up in the corner, and Nyquist hands it back for Detroit. Mazzaro steals that away from him. Here's Lucic with it for Krejci. And DeKeyser throws it ahead to Nyquist. Back for Quincy. Through the middle for Tatar. Steps around Krejci and fired down the ice by Shan. Boychuk now on his backhand. Gets it ahead for Lucic. Glove down by Krejci. Ahead for Iginla. Off his skate it goes. And Tatar gathers up a loose puck. Krejci all over him, but Tatar kicks the puck out, losing his helmet. And now Mazzaro fires it down for the Bruins. Kyle Quincy. Slammed there by Lucic. And DeKeyser up for Alfredsson to Quincy. Now Alfredsson gets bumped there by Krug. Eriksson high off the glass, knocked down by Kindle. And Kindle steps up, the puck skipped by him. Florek was bearing down. And Jakob Kindle at the race back with Soderberg closing on him. Kindle lost the puck to Soderberg, but the puck leaves the zone. Now Eriksson has it, steps around Kindle. In comes Willie Eriksson, shoots short side. Howard makes the save. Now loose behind the goal is Eriksson. Banks it back to Potter, it skips off his stick. And now Tuukka Rask way out to play it, banks it off the boards. Helm shoots, and a skate save made by Potter as Rask was out of the Boston goal. Well, we've seen Jimmy Howard come out a couple of times. It was Tuukka Rask's turn, and that was almost disaster for the Boston Bruins. Now loose behind the goal is Miller. Up there by Soderberg. And Sean Thornton plays it back in the corner for Boychuk. 9.5 to go in the third period. This series still awaiting its first goal. Slam to the ice is Legwand as Campbell brings it ahead for Boston. Throws it back in front out of the reach of Caron. And Quincy skates ahead. He finds Legwand with it. He throws it right down on the rack. Chara with it out. They watch there by Abdelkader. And now DeKeyser has to turn as Marchand is streaking in. And he pokes it across to Francis. Bruins are changing. That buys some time for Datsyuk, who drops it back for DeKeyser. Danny DeKeyser. Pass missed Abdelkader. Hamilton knocks it away. In comes Marchand. He's got Bergeron with him and Smith. Marchand a long shot. He missed wide. Abdelkader with it now. Brad Marchand has been the most dangerous of the Bruins tonight. Almost a steal there. And now Abdelkader pokes it out. He's got Hamilton turning. And Dougie Hamilton shows his wheels as he beats Abdelkader to the puck. Now a long lead pass for Marchand. Got in behind Kronwall. And the play is offside at the Detroit line. Shots are even at 22. The score tied at 0 in Game 1 between the Bruins and the Red Wings.
Nervous moments for Tuukka Rask. He wants to clear this out of the zone, but he doesn't see the secondary player, which is Tatar, who jumps on the loose puck. Corey Potter makes the skate save, and Tuukka Rask, like Jimmy Howard, flawless so far.
Now Corey Potter fires it in, but the puck goes over the glass and out. Potter put on waivers by Edmonton at the trade deadline, claimed by the Bruins for some depth. Got Andre Meszaros as well from the Philadelphia Flyers for a conditional third-round pick.
When Dennis Seidenberg went down, it seemed like the Bruins were going to have to go and acquire a top-end defenseman, but the development of Dougie Hamilton is probably ease the minds of GM Peter Chiarelli and Claude Julien, as Hamilton's played a far bigger role, and then Kevin Miller, a free agent, came up early in the season and just has solidified their third pair. He's one of those Bruins that's stung with the flu bug here, unfortunately, at the start of what would be his first playoff series.
Glendening chips that down to the Boston zone. Krug into Glendening's midsection. And now Lucic plays it back up to center ice as Krejci swings back to pick it up. Krug off ahead to Lucic, who chips that down to the Detroit zone. Howard out to play it. Krejci was closing on him. And Nyquist has it now for the Red Wings along with Sheahan. Riley Sheahan had the pass go off his stick. And here come the Bruins as Boychuk throws it ahead and bounces down in front of the Detroit bench. Lashoff swings back for it. Up ahead to Tatar. Thomas Tatar is streaking in with Sheahan and Nyquist. Tatar's shot goes off the stick. Up and out of play with 7:07 to go. Black is back. Don't miss the series critics call epic and addictive. Orphan Black season premiere Saturday at 9 Eastern only on Space, and catch up with season 1 episodes now at space.ca. So the face-off in the Boston zone, and it'll be Gregory Campbell against Darren Helm. Helm back and healthy for Detroit. At 1 point, Ray, over the last 18 months, he played 4 periods of hockey.
This is his first playoffs in 3 years. It's hard to believe.
The only man in NHL history whose first 6 goals in the league were scored in the playoffs. Won the Cup with Detroit as a regular in the lineup, got sent to the American League the next year.
The Detroit way.
Yes, it is. Now a steal by Louis Eriksson. Loose in front, kicking a backhand shot away. Here's a chance and fired wide by Florek. Justin Florek with a great chance there for the Bruins. Now has it back. Drops it back for Soderberg. He plays it back. Boychuk tees it up. That hit Lashoff and the line went wide. And Lashoff stung by that. In comes Mazzaro for the shot. Tipped it for what a stop by Howard. Loose puck, they battle away for it. Eriksson got a shot away. That was blocked. And now Alfredsson loses it to Soderberg. Gets it back. And now move back up to center ice. Lashoff needs off for the Red Wings. After blocking that shot, in comes Eriksson. Drops it back to Soderberg, stolen away from him. Alfredsson quickly ahead for Franson. Along with Datsuk, Johan Franson fires that wide to the goal. Onto the stick of Datsuk, who looks back down low. Hamilton takes it away. And Datsuk back on it now for the Red Wings. Sealed there as Bergeron stepped into him. Now squeezed out by Riley Smith. And a chance now for the Bruins. In comes Marchand. But tangled up with referee Paul Dvorsky. And a chance now fired wide by Bergeron as that goes off a stick. Up and out of play. Justin Florek and Carl Soderberg with 2 great chances. But this game remains scoreless deep into the 3rd period. Jarome Iginla in his 17th National Hockey League season broke in the playoffs with Calgary against the Chicago Blackhawks when his Kamloops Blazers season had ended. Still seeking that elusive first Stanley Cup. Came so close in 2004 with Calgary. Now Gregory Campbell, a sharp angle shot knocked away by Howard. And Quanwall in a battle down there with Caron. 4th line is out there for the Bruins. Gregory Campbell plays it back in the corner. And the faith that Claude Julien has in this line is unshakable. Brandon Smith now picks up the loose puck. Swings it rink wide for Drew Miller. And Miller turns Torrey Krug as the puck goes in behind the Boston goal. As Potter picks it up now. And Kimball swings back to pick up the puck. That's going to be an icing call against the Bruins.
So now that 4th line with Campbell, Thornton, and Jordan Caron, who's playing in place of Daniel Paille, is on the ice, and the Wings will get a fresh group of players. Sheahan, Tatar, and Nyquist with just under 5 left. This is a crucial face-off. Sheahan is not a great face-off guy yet. Like many young players, still learning the draw at the National Hockey League level.
Ryan Lashoff is back out there for Detroit, Ray. He did not sit down on the bench after blocking that shot. He stood the whole time. Now Nyquist sends it back in front, knocked away by Krug. Here's Tatar with it now for Detroit. Thomas Tatar banks it back to Kindle. Jakob Kindle, long shot that's tipped high and wide. Off the stick of Nyquist. Loses Tatar now. Wraparound try. Rask stops that. Back at the point. Kindle can't hold it. And he swings it back down to the Boston zone as Campbell banks it ahead for Thornton, and the Bruins will change. And Lashoff goes back to pick it up. Ryan Lashoff's brother Matt used to play for the Bruins. And now Tatar swings back to pick it up. It goes to Kaiser. And here's Quincy with it now for the Red Wings. 4 to go in the third period. Lucic with it now. Lost the puck. And belted down at center ice is Darren Harold by Boychuk. Jerome McGinley now swings it ahead for Krejci. Krejci gets around Alfredsson, throws that down to the corner for McGinley. And the puck all the way out to the line. Chara off the bench, comes in and shoots. Then it's Krejci in front. And DeKaiser has it now for Detroit for Helm. And Chara steps in front of him, pokes it ahead for Krejci, waits for McGinley to get onside. McGinley sends it back in front. Oh, tipped it wide by Lucic. Sent back in front. Howard steers that away. What a chance for the Bruins. And Lucic just deflected it wide as the puck trickled past the far post.
For 40 minutes, the Wings had the better chances. The Bruins have played by far their best 20 minutes here in the third.
And that's true to form for the Bruins, who led the league in third period goals in the regular season. Datsyuk now works it in, shoots, scores! Pavel Datsyuk fires it home! And the Red Wings have the lead with 3:01 to go in the third period.
Oh my, what a move. Drew Miller sitting beside me here on the Red Wings bench, and when Datsyuk went through the middle of the ice, he said, "Are you kidding me?" to himself. But this is the Lucic chance earlier. Shot deflected by Lucic. Howard just gets a piece of it and it trickles wide. Datsyuk, after making a wonderful move through the middle of the ice, goes right to left, through the screen, beats Rask to the glove side, and the Wings have the game's first goal 57 minutes in.
He missed 37 games this year. He played the Winter Classic against Toronto on New Year's Day. Then didn't play until just before the Olympics. Went to Sochi, came back, and then missed another long stretch. Mike Babcock, the Red Wings coach, described him as a one-legged hockey player for a long time, but he's still got two pretty good hands. And it's 1-0 Red Wings inside 3 to go. Now Florek works in for the Bruins, along with Soderberg and Eriksson. Glendening backboard for the Red Wings. Tied up there by Eriksson. And at the line, Krug trying to hold it, able to do so. But now Miller banks it out for Detroit. And Legwand banks it ahead. Eriksson with it down. Plays it in deep as Datsyuk goes back for it. Now the defensive side of Pavel Datsyuk goes to work. Got squeezed there by Soderberg. And the puck loose in the corner for Datsyuk. 2:15 to go in the third period. Franson doesn't get the puck deep, and Datsyuk skated by it. Bergeron up ahead for Riley Smith. Quincy goes for it. Marchand lost the puck, and it's loose along the wall. Bergeron shoots. He flipped it wide. And DeKaiser with time banks it off the boards and back out to center ice. We'll see if Claude Julien likes what Patrick Waugh did last night with the early pull. Marchand sends it across. It goes off a stick and back out to the Bruins zone.
Well, he's a minute late. Waugh pulled the goaltender with 3 minutes left yesterday.
Now Julien looking to Rask. Out to center ice it goes. Lucic with it. Swinging for Krejci. It bounces off his stick to Nyquist. Gustav Nyquist shoots. He ripped it wide. 1:25 to go. Sheahan knocked it back in deep. And now back onto center ice it goes, where Krejci picks it up. Rask had started to go to the bench, now retreats. Fired down by Boychuk, and here comes Rask. Onto the ice comes the extra skater Bergeron. At the point, held by Krug. Sheahan swats at it, and Nyquist spins and bats it out.
1 minute remaining in the period.
Lucic brings it ahead now for Boston. Up for Krejci, the pass is in his skates. And back goes the Kaiser for it. Lucic in for Chara, sends it back in front. Howard shut it down short side. Datsuk with time. Backhands that high in the air and misses the net. Icing was waved off. No, it was not. Hard to hear the whistle over the crowd here. So 40 seconds remaining in the third period. And we're going to face off in the Detroit zone.
Claude Julien's waiting for Mike Babcock to call a timeout. Babcock staring down at Julien, waiting for him to call a timeout. Babcock shook his head. Now, the Wings are ready for the draw. The Bruins are milling around, and neither of them are going to call a timeout here.
Well, Babcock's got the clipboard out.
That was pretty interesting. Now it's Babcock's timeout. They were both staring at each other for 10 seconds, waiting for the other to call the timeout.
Tonight's performer of the game is brought to you by GMC Sierra.
In a game where the goaltenders were excellent through 57 minutes, Pavel Datsuk had some great moments. Here in the first period, he outworks 3 Bruins to keep the puck at its thieving best. And then here's the play Drew Miller said, "Are you kidding me?" Through the neutral zone. And then Datsuk with the game's only goal to this point. Your GMC performer of the game is number 13, Pavel Datsuk. So this face-off will be to the right of Jimmy Howard. And we spent, Gord, a lot of time talking about the young players and the call-ups from Grand Rapids. Luke Glendening will take the draw on this side of the ice. He played over 50 NHL games this year before he scored his first goal in the Montreal Forum. And Mike Babcock says about him, he's a coach's player, not a scout's player. Babcock loves the way he plays. And the native of East Grand Rapids, Michigan, who signed as a free agent with the Grand Rapids Griffins, will take this draw against the league's best face-off man in Patrice Bergeron.
In a matchup that sums up the season, Bergeron wins the draw back to Krejci. Extra skater on the ice for Boston. McGinley in the corner. Bergeron sends it back in front. Bouncing puck is loose. Lucic reaching for it. Goes back to Krug. 30 seconds to go in the period. Krug across to Lucic. Chara standing in front. Krug sends it across. A shot by Krejci's block. Here's McGinley now. Into the corner it goes. Kyle Quincy the line, but not out. Krug now with a wrist shot that's blocked. As Drew Miller kicked it up. 15 seconds to go in the period. Krejci with it now. Up for Krug, 10 seconds to go. Flip down to the corner, Glendening is on it. He's trying to bury it in the corner, Lucic slams him into the corner boards. Final seconds now. And the Detroit Red Wings win game 1, 1-0 on a goal by Pavel Datsuk with 3 to go in the third period. And the Red Wings, who won 3 of the 4 regular season meetings between the teams, have taken game 1 in the home rink of the President's Trophy winners for the best regular season record. 1-0 the final score. Let's have more of this. Here's James Duthie.